Morning Snapchat. Another beautiful day on the way to the university. Let's get some breakfast. The Chinese burrito, if you will. What's it called?
煎饼.
Jianbing, which means some kind of pancake.
Today I'm a pretty kid. So somebody requested that I do a story time on the time I tried to get a designer dress. So for my birthday this year, I was going to be 33, or I am 33, and I've always told people I was 33. I've been telling people that I was 33 years old for probably the last 6 years because I felt like people put too much emphasis on turning 30. So I figured I'd just skip it and be 30 for, like a long time. So I just put myself, in my early 30s for the last 6 years. So this was a big birthday for me because 33 is my magical number. So being that it's my magical number, I decided this year I was going to throw myself a yacht party. I felt like that would be the perfect way to celebrate 1 year of my business and my birthday at the same time. So I commissioned a dress made by, I won't say the designer's name, but made by a designer who went to the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. So that's where I wanted to go to college. So I knew only the best of the best of the best graduate from there. So I was like, she's perfect. All her dresses are cute. Let me get this done. So I asked her to do the dress in early February because my birthday's in March and I wanted to make sure that it was done in time. And she finished the dress by the end of August, which is 5 months after my birthday. It was poorly made. It looks nothing like the original. I chose the colors, but that was it. I'm not a professional, so I left it up to her professional opinion to do what she wanted to do, what she needed to do to make me look gorgeous because, this was a big deal. So I had 3 fittings with the dress. The first fitting, she wasn't able to machine sew it at that point because her sewing machine broke. So we did fittings. She measured me and stuff like that. We did more fittings. We did another fitting where she had the top partially complete, and then the third fitting was when she had the dress completely finished to her choices. So that was the dress that I wanted, or something similar to that. But, of course, I asked for coverage at the top because I have to wear a bra, and my bra straps are quite wide, so I wanted those to be covered on the dress, at least. Also, I picked out the color pink, because pink's my favorite color. I told her I just wanted a pink top. She picked out the fabric and stuff for that, and I told her I wanted a holographic bottom. And so we went over choices whenever she sent me pictures, and I chose the colors for the bottom.
So after all of that, we get to the third fitting, and she puts in some panels, I guess to give it structure or whatever. But there was lots of ruching around my breast, lots of ruching around my stomach. It looked like a Pinterest fail version of the dress, basically. It was bad.
So that was the dress that she made, and it took her and Betty both to try to zip it up because she put this lining in that made it too small. So that's already not gonna work. And I realized the top was in and the bottom was in, but if you separated them, they might be okay. Who doesn't like a cute tutu skirt? So I was like, okay. So she asked me for half of the price, which is roughly or almost $100 US for half of the price. And I'm like, okay, so I paid her because she had been working on it at this point for 4 or 5 months, you know, and so I'm like, it's only fair to give her some money. And so, but I didn't take the dress. I asked her to take the lining out so it would fit, and I also asked her to separate the 2 pieces.
So I asked her to separate it sometime around June. She did not separate it. Or maybe she did. She told me she tried, but she didn't get in touch with me again until August. In the meantime, a friend was getting married, and I needed a dress to wear to her wedding. So I went to the fabric market here in Shanghai, and I got a dress made. It cost me 300 RMB, which is around $45 or $50. It took her 2 days to make. That dress took only 2 days. It cost a fourth of the price of what the girl wanted for the other dress. It was made exactly like the picture that I showed her. It was perfect, and it only took her 48 hours to do it. And I usually go to the fabric market for these things, but I wanted something extra special, and this girl, the American girl, had extra special training, so I thought, why not, you know? But it just turned out to be so bad. I mean, the dress made me look twice as short as everything else. Like, it just wasn't good.
So after all of that, she messages me around August 1st and says, I tried to separate the 2 pieces, but it didn't look good, so I put it back together and I added floral flourishes to try to make the dress look better. What do you think?
So if you see, those flowers she added are green. Clearly a teal or turquoise, not blue. The bottom of the skirt's blue. The top of the skirt's or top of the dress is pink, right? So I said, I don't like that. Those don't match. I really wanted you to separate it because honestly, I don't know where I'm going to wear this to because 1, it's too formal. 2, it looks horrible. So where would I wear this? So I said, you know, if you could separate it, that'd be great. Then I'll take the 2 pieces.
So she said that she tried, it didn't work, she wasn't going to separate them. And I said, well, honestly, I don't know where I will wear this dress to, so I don't want it. But since I paid you already $100 US or around 500 RMB, I was like, we can call it even. I won't take the dress. You know, just keep the deposit. Originally, she had quoted me 2,100 RMB, which is like $400 for that dress. And she was like, well, I think you should still pay me the rest of the money that you owe me, which she wanted 1,000. So she wanted me to pay her the 1,000 RMB, which is almost 200 American dollars, even though I didn't want the dress anymore, even though I wasn't going to take it. And I told her, I was like, I feel like we're even. I paid you $100 for this. I'm not keeping it. You can do whatever you want with it. I don't want it. When you pay for a deposit on something, that's a condition of, here's my money. If I don't take it, you still get to keep the deposit that covers materials and your time. You just don't make a profit because I'm not keeping the dress. She wrote me a lot of messages about how I need to see it from her side. I need to think about it as a businesswoman. What would I do in my case of a business? And I told her, in my business, if somebody wants a refund, I give them a refund, even though certain things in my shop do not get refunds for. But I understand things happen, and I want the best for my customers, good customer service, because then they come back.
So after I explained to her what I do as a business person to keep my customers happy, to give the best customer service, she said, well, to be honest, your business isn't handmade materials, so it's a little different. And I'm like, well, I don't know why you asked. But as a designer, once you take somebody's money, you are saying I'm a professional. Also, if you can't do it, you say that from the beginning. And one of the first things she said to me on August 1st was, I don't think this dress looks good. If you think the dress is ugly, why would I want to wear that? You didn't do your best, but you still want me to take it? I don't understand. So anyway, the moral of the story is I didn't take the dress, and I lost $100. And I got a much better dress for much cheaper. So needless to say, we aren't friends. and we don't really run in the same circles, which is fine. But, you know, it's just disappointing because I had such high hopes for her, and all of the dresses that she's made for herself, all the ones that she's made for other people have been great. But the one thing that they all have in common was that they weren't plus size. But I assumed that because since she went to the Fashion Institute of Technology that she would be able to work with any size person, but that was not the case. And she's a fabulous designer for other people, but not for me. It was like on Project Runway, whenever they have somebody, the designers design dresses for elderly people, middle-aged women, plus-size women, men. It's like it's out of their realm, and they always end up making the person look really frumpy because they think, oh, I need to hide lumps, I need to hide bumps, I need to make this drapey so it doesn't show off their fat. When the other dress was form-fitting and I looked great in it, and this dress was covering things, and it completely made me look short and fat and dumpy. So that's the incredibly long story about the dress that I didn't take, but still ended up paying $100 for. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time. Write in the comments and subscribe and let me know what you want to hear next. Or, you know, just tell me what you like to see about my life in China.